watching Stripped Down, Saskatchewan's only 1-hour local music showcase, the award-winning show that brings the venue to you in the comfort of your own living room. That was like a retro intro. That's how I started every episode for about the first 150. Ladies and gentlemen, tonight on Stripped Down, it's the Forks.
A whole nation working its way out of fear. This song sings our chalky heart, his dog he'll have to sing brightly. Wonder there are always only two ways, and then that feeling will follow. This place here is worth nothing for good reason, and I'm no fool follows I am missing out. There are always only two ways. Out of fear. This song sings our chalky heart, his dog he'll have to sing brightly. Down the road, these words for centuries in a rage, giving their soft streaming death for their babies and for the fork in wonder ways. The passage that gives them forever will be the same. Down the road, the sunny countryside descend. Down from that ridge, back from the precipice. Most if the valley breeze behind, back to the prairie sky. The old time engine power the car, and the soldier can people turn open when the school bus the back out into the open, back out into the open. Down the road, these forks round the bend, there are always only two ways coming. We're moving on. We're moving on. We're moving on.
You are watching Stripped Down's 183rd episode featuring the Forks. Take a seat, you guys. Relax. Played a big song. Welcome to Stripped Down.
You got it.
We had to do some major juggling to get you guys on this week. You have a third, you have a drummer. Mm-hmm. We unfortunately didn't have a full audio engineer tonight, so we're kind of one-man banding it, which means we only have about 8 inputs, which means we can't really have a drummer. So you switched up what you usually do, left your drummer at home.
Stripped it down.
You stripped it down there. I left it wide open, and you hit it. I pitched it and you hit it, and then you guys slowly accessorized since you got here. Started adding hats. There's talk about sweaters that didn't. So what is the image the Forks are trying to cultivate?
The press kit?
Sure.
I don't know. I think we're just trying to have fun, kind of, you know. Like, we've been playing these songs for years now, and images, I'm not too sure actually. Just being ourselves, I guess.
Those hats scream yourselves. That's what you wear around the house?
I like it, you know. I guess sometimes I just feel a connection with that certain hat, you know, and I gotta wear it, you know.
So that's like your performing hat? Is that what you wear around stage usually?
Never before.
Never before?
There's a first for everything.
I'm so intrigued. And you've already given me a heads up you're not going to say a whole lot tonight.
Yeah.
You're gonna let this guy field the questions. Yeah. So what's the band dynamic here? You do all the talking, you're the front man. This guy talks a little bit, the drummer doesn't talk at all. The drummers, you left him in like the trunk,
we're
didn't
like
you?
a collective.
Well, we take turns. We play music together, each other's songs and whatnot.
So were you both finally established solo artists before this union?
No.
No,
I'm just a university student that had to work in between school and, you know, just play guitar.
Thought, what's a better moneymaker than being an artist?
Exactly, yeah. No, it's always going to come up, that question of how to make it, you know, money-wise. And with the way that everything's so cheap to produce your own music nowadays, and it kind of makes sense to just have a regular gig in your life, and then you can play music on the side and record an album in your basement if you want, you know.
So this is more of a hobby, but something you take quite seriously.
Yeah.
You're about to take seriously.
I think it's a hobby that I hope to be continuing for my entire life.
Or are you in like musical studies in U of S? Or are you taking something
No.
completely different?
It's completely different.
Completely different?
Yeah.
Not rock and roll?
I thought about it, but it'd be fun to take like piano at university.
But you got to learn this stuff on the streets. There's no class you can learn. The songs the Forks kick out, correct? Right. Okay. Every time I Googled the Forks today, that place in Winnipeg popped up. I couldn't get around it.
Oh yeah.
I know everything there is to know about the Forks in Winnipeg, but I was like, no, I'm looking for the band. You guys located in Saskatoon?
Yeah, we have a CBC Radio 3 page.
Yeah, that's pretty much the only thing I could find. Don't have a Facebook page?
No, not yet.
No. That's on the horizon.
Yeah, I think we need somebody to do that for us, I think.
Yeah?
I'm not prepared to take the...
You're not Facebook savvy? You're not going to take the plunge into...
Well, just promoting and all that kind of stuff. I've talked to people recently about them helping us with getting more gigs so we don't have to do it ourselves, you know, because I don't know, it's
time consuming.
It's not my strongest hand, picking up the phone and trying to make gigs and stuff like that. Yeah.
Not even with your comfort hat on?
Yeah, not even with the comfort hat on.
Okay, the first song we played tonight, first song you played and I listened to, what was that called? What was that song about? We're going to put the knife into the forks and dissect the songs and lyrics.
That song is called Moving On, and it was basically written right before we went to New York. We drove out to New York in 2009.
Okay.
With our fellow partner in crime, Shaky Wilson.
Wow.
And the three of us drove all the way out there, and basically it was
I thought
just
you were going to say your fellow forker. That would call your fans. Sorry. I interrupted a Shaky Wilson story, and there is no bad Shaky Wilson story, so continue.
Well, you know, there's a lot to the story, but the short of it is we had a couple songs that we had going right when we left and came back with kind of just a few. And they've kind of been works in progress, so that was one of them, you know.
Shaky Wilson has never been on Stripped Down. I don't know why that is. I don't know why the stars haven't aligned to have that man on the show, because he has some of the greatest stories.
200.
200 stories?
No, the episode...
Episode 200, Shaky Wilson. That's not bad. That's not bad. What? So it was a how many hour car ride to New York?
1 month.
1 month.
Through Montreal, from here, Thunder Bay and all that, and through Vermont, and then to New York.
In a car with Shaky Wilson the entire time.
Yeah, and we all had costumes. We were in New York for Halloween. And we saw Tom Green. It was my birthday. So it was a really busy 10 days we had in New York. And then
Sounds like it.
we had costumes. We busked in our costumes on Halloween on Washington Square.
There's so much to talk about.
Yeah.
What costumes did you guys have?
That's kind of like how our band got going, because we sort of all played together, but then we kind of had songs on the side we did, or more my songs, I guess.
Before we get to the next song, just help me paint this picture in my mind. You guys are busking in New York on Halloween. It's your birthday. You're wearing costumes.
There's people everywhere.
And Shaky Wilson's there. What costumes are you guys wearing?
I was a rabbit.
You were a rabbit?
Yeah.
Beaver.
A rabbit, a beaver. What was the drummer?
It was
Shaky
actually
was,
no drummer, just banjo, 2 guitars, and they were a bear. So
Shaky
bear,
was a
beaver,
bear.
bunny.
He likes bears.
Triple B.
I'm just gonna throw it into more music now. We could talk for the next 60 minutes just of that story alone. I'm sure. I would just want to know what on like hour 4 in the car what Shaky Wilson's talking about, because you guys probably didn't need to even talk. Like you could just kick the radio broken. You wouldn't need it. Just listen to that man. It's like that would be like musical school. That's the stuff you have to learn on the streets. I don't know where I'm going with any of this. So where's song number 2 taking us? What do you guys have?
It's another one of those more starter songs called Marigolds. And
Marigolds?
It's a bit of an experiment, but we're going to try and pull it off, I guess.
All right, take it away, the Forks. We are spending 60 minutes with Saskatoon's own The Forks. We have to gear up for our first commercial break. But before we do that, how does a drummer change what you guys do? I'm guessing he wears a funny hat as well. You wear like a Portchester hat.
Yeah.
But you're very versatile. You don't always play with a drummer.
Not always. Like, we didn't start playing with our current drummer till like June last summer, so we had a different drummer of the Wizards for about a year and a half before that, and then just with whoever.
I'm trying to visualize it though. So is it like a full kit, or is it just like a hand drum?
Full kit.
A full
and
kit,
we
really?
have like a bass and a cabinet and electric guitar. We usually do a 3-piece.
Huh. So you're an electric 3-piece.
Yeah.
This is very mind-blowing.
Well, we play a lot of banjo in the mix too, so kind of.
I'm not gonna lie, I was just kind of expecting banjo tonight.
Yeah.
Like everything was up in the air with this band. I really had no idea what you were gonna show up with tonight.
Yeah,
until you showed up.
My banjo is such a piece of crap that it's really just, you're fighting a losing battle almost with trying to get it to sound good.
so why include it? It's just such a unique instrument.
Well, I played it traveling for years, so I can play the riffs and all that.
And it's kind of cool. Like,
and I want to get like a good one, you know, it's reliable and it stays in tune kind of thing, you know, and then you can rip solos and it's kind of a cool dynamic, you know.
Okay. A ripping banjo solo. That does sound like a cool dynamic. I feel a little ripped off that I didn't get that with the Forks, but we'll power through. We
brought the banjo to our show on Friday with Alyssa Arneson, but
yes,
but we let it sit and stand the entire night. We didn't even bring it out and play it because we just.
Your banjo teases.
Yeah.
You talk about this banjo, but you never actually perform with it. Well, that's okay. Maybe episode 200 will just be you and a banjo. It'll be a 1-hour banjo solo from the front man of the Forks. I like it. That's marquee worthy. Put that in big letters in front of Shaw. Okay, we have to take our first commercial break. But you jumped ahead a little bit. I wanted to talk about Alyssa Arneson and other acquaintances you know around these parts. But we have more with the Forks coming up right after this. Mr. Sicily Pizza and Pasta is proud to sponsor community programming on Shaw TV. Mr. Sicily, located at the corner of 51st and Miller in the north end of Saskatoon. 975-0345.
The following sponsors are proud to support local community programming on Shaw. Long and McQuaid, 721 43rd Street East, Saskatoon, 244-0509. Or online at long-mcquaid.com. Ultimo Euromoto. (204 3rd Avenue South in downtown Saskatoon), 664-6640.
Do you know where your tap water comes from? It can come from one of two sources, groundwater or surface water. Surface water often begins as snowfall that accumulates in the winter and melts into our rivers and lakes. Cities will treat it to get rid of most of the impurities and then send it down the pipes, under the streets, and into our homes. The problem is, the quality of water is being damaged by our activities, and as our earth warms up, there may be less water available in the future. How can we look after our water resources? Find out where your water comes from and how it is being protected. Use less when you're showering, brushing your teeth, or watering your lawn. And never pour toxins like cleaning solutions down a toilet, sink, or storm drain as it ends up in our rivers and lakes. It's our turn to take care of this planet, and I think we can do a better job. What do you think?
And we're back. We're spending 60 minutes with Saskatoon's own trio, playing as a duo tonight. It's the Forks. You guys having fun so far?
Yeah.
It's always such a whirlwind night. Bands come, set up, we got to roll, we got to get everyone out of here, we got to eat pizza. So a lot of times I don't notice the obvious things. I'll go back when I'm watching the episode before it goes to air, and it's like, why didn't I talk about that? So I want to have one of those moments right now. I want to talk about the strange collection of things you have on the table we've provided for you tonight. Those notebooks look intense. What secrets are in those?
Oh, this one here?
Any of them. Like that has seen some miles, that thing.
This one here, it has all the songs. 240.
Really, a song per page? You're making that up.
No, they're all in there. But some of them are kind of getting old now.
I was going to say that looks like my high school journal, but I meant to say it looks like my sister's high school journal.
It's just songs, no journal.
Just songs? So you just carry that around with you? And
Yeah, it's just maybe since 06 I've been writing in that.
Really? Is it full?
Yeah, it's full now.
Do you still carry it around? You don't.
Well,
have you started a new one?
I need a new one, yeah.
You can't. Yeah. You can't start any new material till you get a new one.
I need somebody to get me one that's good.
All right, I tell you what, buddy. I'll swing by Dollarama and make that happen for you. I'm a big supporter of the forks.
I've been trying to find another one, but
It's just the size. You can't get the 240 pages anymore, and you're just not going to get like a 120 page.
Well, I don't know. I guess I filled up quite a few little guys, but then, it's good to have all the way you're writing a song, and then when it's finished, there's a place to write it down, so it's not forgotten.
Fair enough. So you do most of the writing, all the writing?
Oh, half and half.
Half and half with this gentleman here?
It might be my song, but we all write the parts, and I certainly made up the lyrics, for a lot of the things, but very open-minded band,
Okay.
We'll learn 10 songs and then learn 10 different songs,
We're gonna jump into song number 3 right away here. What is song number 3 about? Let's talk before, because I want to talk about Alyssa Arneson when we get back from this song. So what is it about?
It's about New Year's Eve 2010, and it's called Moonfrost, and it's when there was a blue moon on New Year's Eve that year, and I was up at Ness Creek site in a cabin. It's like 2 floors, and they had a wood stove, and it was like -50, so it was like people were going a little crazy, trying not to freeze to death, and it was a pretty good party night, and we were all up until the wee hours in the morning, so the moon kind of went away, and the frost came with the day of the light. I don't know, Moonfrost, it's just about that blue moon New Year's party.
Nice. I would love to hear it. Take it away, the forks.
Every frame has its own pain. From the scene below the great end of the sea, stirring up static with a classic aromatic smoke rings, billowings, and words can't toad no matter what they run. Yeah, you can nice were divine and mine, if you listen, swooping arrows of the tree. Too small, shrews will flush by your rises bright over the ghost storytelling frostbit. find. Might if you listen. Soothing hours of the
For Strip Down's 183rd episode, we are enjoying a 1 hour with the Forks. Right off the top, you mentioned Alyssa Arneson. You just played a show with her. 3 weeks ago, we had her on Strip Down, the Valentine's Day episode. Fantastic young talent. What's it like spending, sharing the stage with Alyssa? She opened for you guys?
Yeah, she helped draw a real good crowd.
Okay.
Helped us,
And where was this? When was this? Take us back. Take us through the magical...
She was here on Valentine's Day, and we played on the 15th of February.
Okay.
So it was the very next day. And she opened for us, and she brought a lot of our friends that are mutual friends. And that was really great. And I think it was really good to spend the stage with her. Yeah.
I've seen various, sets by her too. She can play acoustic, she can play electric. So I guess if she opens for the Forks, it's like nobody knows what they're gonna get. You guys gonna have a banjo? Is it gonna be electric? Is she gonna be electric? Is it gonna be all acoustic? Is there gonna be a drummer? Well, how did it roll out that night?
We talked about learning a few songs together, but she just played her acoustic and played for a good 40 minutes or so, and all original material. And kind of set the mood and brought a lot of people in, and then that was great for us. So
Sweet.
pretty simple. It was pretty stripped down, actually. She did our thing, we did ours.
There it is again. Right before we started rolling, you met the gentleman doing all the audio tonight. Mm-hmm. We have a volunteer named May, who's usually our band mixer, and we've been calling it the February of May, but she had to go to a different prior arrangement agreement tonight, so she's not here, and that's why you don't have a drummer, because we're down to one audio guy by the name of Mr. Dylan Evans, who apparently you know, because you bought something from him where he works. You bought that very pick from Dylan Evans, who works at St. John's Music.
Anybody have a little frame we could put this in?
Yeah, two great men have touched that now. Like, that pick is going to be worth something. That pick is going to be in the Canadian Music Hall of Fame one day, with both you and Dylan Evans touching it. Because as you know, Dylan Evans is also the co-frontman of local band Pirate Fridays.
Yeah, I don't think I've seen them.
Well, trust me, they're fantastic.
Yeah.
And
I saw a little clip on the...
Being stuck in the control room each and every week, I always give Dylan Evans a chance to ask the band a question. Not directly, but through me. I don't trust Dylan enough to give him a question on live TV, so I sometimes have to edit it, but his this week is a little confusing. I don't know if it's an inside joke or not, but I'm about to find out. So this week on Dylan Evans Wants to Know... Dylan Evans wants to know, does Alex Trebek still host Jeopardy? Does that mean anything, or is that very random? Is that as random as I imagine it is? Yeah, that's the show.
Yeah, I think...
Did you guys talk about Jeopardy when you came into St. John's Music? Were you like, hey man, where's Alex Trebek these days?
That's pretty random, I gotta say. I noticed Drew Carey is doing Price is Right, but I don't know about Jeopardy.
We don't know?
No, I'm sorry, man, I don't.
Okay. I thought maybe there was some sort of connection there, where you'd be like, oh, that's hilarious, because one time we played with Pirate Fridays and we did a song called Jeopardy, but no, it's just Dylan being Dylan. Let's go to song number 4. What do you guys have for us next?
It's a song that was written on the road called Oh Lord.
Oh Lord?
Or then I changed it to Oh Lore, to change it from like Oh Lord, and kind of a play on like storytelling and all that kind of thing, so it's just kind of a play on words, I guess.
All right. Take it away, the Forks.
I guess I'll do the solo on this one.
People got their problems, and that ain't nothing new. With the help of the good, oh Lord, we can all pull on through. Oh Lord, you can have everything you want. You can have my love and hate, scratch my back, I'll do the same. Oh Lord, nothing new. With the help of the good, oh Lord, we can all pull on through. Oh Lord, you can have everything you think. You can have the love, all the rock and roll records, all the money and the bank. Oh, oh, oh. Everything you think, you just live, let it out, let it all out. Oh, 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 oh. People got their problems, but there ain't nothing new. With the help of the good, oh Lord, we can all pull on through. Yeah.
We have to gear up for our second commercial break. You guys still playing?
Nope.
You're just messing with me?
Yeah,
You
just
look like I interrupted your song.
Sorry, no,
Like,
you're
man, we had another 6 verses on this one, no? Okay. We have to gear up for our second commercial break, but stick around. We have the second half of the show with the Forks coming up right after this.
All natural things on Earth and how they interact is biodiversity. From the microscopic to the mighty, from the smallest body of water to the coldest, from underground to the highest ground. When biodiversity is rich, we can count on the natural world to produce the oxygen we breathe, filter and purify the water we drink, and grow the plants we rely on for food and medicine. Due to human activities, biodiversity is being lost faster than nature can replenish it. So let's do what we can to help preserve biodiversity. Create natural spaces and plant native species. Take part in a wildlife survey. Get out and experience Canada's amazing variety of wildlife. And that's just a start. To learn more about biodiversity and how you can help protect it, visit hww.ca.
The following sponsors are proud to support local community programming on Shaw. Long and McQuaid, 721 43rd Street East, Saskatoon, 244-0509, or online at long-mcquaid.com. Ultimo Euromoto. 204 3rd Avenue South in downtown Saskatoon, 664-6640.
Mr. Sicily Pizza and Pasta is proud to sponsor community programming on Shaw TV. Mr. Sicily, located at the corner of 51st and Miller in the north end of Saskatoon. 975-0345. Ladies and gentlemen, the Forks.
You need to heal. Heal with me. It will take time. So spend time with me. There's nothing wrong live out on the sea. Now I know what that's come to mean for you and for me. You and me. You and me.
We are spending 60 minutes with The Forks. That song was...
Just written a few days ago. We haven't played it together before today.
Nice. That's a treat for the stripped down audience. I want to ask you. I'm going to make you talk. I know you didn't want to do much talking. The origins of The Forks. I've got a kind of humorous bio, but I want to hear it from you. How did The Forks get together?
Well, we got known Donovan for a long time, and we've gotten together from a wedding, actually. That's the first thing I can recall playing together.
We all arrived at this wedding, and then we were supposed to play, but the person that was getting married asked both of us to play. So we just both showed up, and we ended up knowing a lot of Neil Young songs and stuff, and we just played. I had my banjo, and
did they know? Was it like their plan all along?
No, not really. They just they heard us playing over
double-booked?
on the side, and then they were just like, "Oh, come!" And they had mics, so they said, "Play in front of the mics," and it turned into a little dance party, So we just sort of became the entertainment for the evening.
That's pretty cool. That's a cool origin story. And then the desire to add a drummer came just recently or a few years back?
Well, we had different arrangements. We had a different bass player, and we've had a few other people involved. But we didn't really have our own drummer because we just borrowed the Wizards drummer, this other band in Saskatoon. So he eventually got exhausted from playing drums twice as much as he'd like to be. So
the second chapter here of your bio said, then one day not too long ago I was walking south across the Broadway Bridge and met Hank and hung out with him all the way walking to Paved Arts. Later on he came and sat with me at the roastery. Those are two specific shout outs. Is there a reason for that?
No.
Just that's how it went down?
Yeah.
I'm looking too deep into that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
You guys really just walked to Paved Arts and then had a coffee?
Yeah, basically, and that's kind of what we still do today.
Oh, you have ties to Paved Arts?
Yeah, we're members there, and we just applied for a production fund.
Oh, okay, so it was a shout-out, kind of. I saw through that. Good for you. We love our friends at Paved Arts. We'll give them a proper shout-out, but I see what you did there. Good job. All right, we wanted to get a extra song in this segment, so where do we head next? What's song number 5, 6? 6?
Yeah, it's a song I wrote on banjo when I was traveling abroad, and
You're teasing me with banjo again.
Yeah.
I'm going to have you back for episode 200. This is going to be you and the banjo. Okay, so this is a banjo song played on guitar, though?
Yeah, trying to transfer some of the riffs and the chords and all that kind of stuff, so we'll try it out.
It's called?
Tall Grass.
Tall Grass. Take it away.
Oh, no, I stepped on my... Fix it after, eh? Okay, so 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4.
lost, the wind is revealed. A friend's face, the wind consumes. Tall grass, the wind resumes. And I still see you, perched up like a bird. As you were, behind the curtain, in the field. Fear, loss, a time to consume. Rigid seekers started laid in the field. Tall grass, the wind resumes. And I still hear you chirping from the wood. In the field, ba-bo-ba-da, ba-ba-da, da-ba-da, da-da-da. And I don't want you to change it, I just want you the same. Wind speaks to the wave, and that river to the waves. Sweet lullabies gently lay me down over the vast landscapes. And I still see you perched up like a bird. As you were, the bustle of the wind that sings softly, and that river will run. Sweet lullaby gently lay me down over the battlefield, and I still hear you chirping from the wood. In the field, ba-da-da, ba-da-da, ba-ba-dee-doo-doo. And I don't want you to change it, I just want you the same. There it is.
We are spending 60 minutes with the Forks. Here we are, live TV. See, you stepped on this. No, this is good. We got some filler, okay, Hank? I need you for this, because he can't talk, right?
Yeah.
So we're going to bring the lovely Alexa on to model some Forks apparel. Now, pretend it's like the red carpet. Tell us what she's wearing, Hank. No, you model.
It's a sweater. It's been handmade by Donovan, and it's actually two sweaters. I think it's actually a blanket sewed on, somehow cut out there, and it's it's really nice.
What's the design?
It's just just a design, I guess. It speaks for itself,
Absolutely.
Yeah.
We're gonna get Alexa to go do the quick change into the other little number we got here. So is this apparel that's like available on the website, or is this like
Sure.
this? Yeah.
Yeah, I've made them before. Actually, I made them both on Christmas Day. I didn't make one this year on Christmas Day, but
You don't relax during the holidays, do you? You write songs on New Year's Eve. You make sweaters on Christmas Day.
Well, I'm back home with my mom, who's a pretty much a wizard.
Here she is. Smile, Alexa.
A quilted sweater.
Okay.
Quilted sweater, yeah.
Now explain what we're seeing here. Quilted sweater.
It's just a cool design cut
You make
out.
every sweater sparkle, Alexa. Okay.
Yeah, so it's just having fun, chopping up material. And actually, our friend, same lady who had that wedding, she helped me sew it together.
And is this the future of the Forks? Like, you're gonna offset the cost of touring by selling these, and these. But you can order these, or are you just being facetious? Like, if someone goes to well, again, you guys don't even really have a website. Go to the CBC site.
Yeah.
Get a hold of you through there. Say, I needs me some Forks apparel. You'll make one of those. Everyone's different.
We haven't thought about that actually.
Let's think about this. This is a think tank. This is stripped down.
Yeah, it could be kind of cool with T-shirts, because it'd be a little less of a big, job, and then it could just be something simple.
They look like they keep you warm. Do they keep you warm, Alexa?
They're pretty
She's
cozy.
nodding.
They're pretty cozy.
They're pretty cozy? All right. Again, we're trying to cram in an extra song into this episode of Stripped Down. So before we take our final commercial break, what is this? We'll call this the bonus song for the kids at home.
It's called I'll See You, and it was written in Kenora in Ontario. And
On Valentine's Day? Or
no.
on Bastiles Day.
Just on one day, and we kind of forgot about it for a couple of years, and we found it one day in the book, actually.
I'm surprised the place didn't start on fire. I'm standing on the wrong side. This is, I think, the only time in the history of Strip Down's 183 episodes I've been here, not over there.
Yeah.
It's like the control room must be upside down. Banging on the camera, something's wrong. Okay, take it away, you guys.
All right.
Something in a smile, a headlamp and red will keep my feet from turning dead and to face home. Though morning's not wet, shelter does provide protection from the homeless inside. Sun cuts round the cover, sky left last night, and I will see you, see you, see you around. Somewhere in the crowd, headlong and convinced, the busy is we have all got to go. Where no one's allowed any difference to compete, keeping out what's inside. Sun cuts round the cover, sky left last night, and I will see you, see you, see you around. With you or without, hiding neath the bars. When you'll disappear, you'll never know. You are twice at once, together apart from me. When you'll disappear, we'll never know. Out along the limit, with all the nooks on the vine. Don't rise the beast, open up its eye. If you don't wish the lake far behind. Sun cuts around the cover, sky left last night, and I will see you, see you, see you around. Cha-cha-cha.
You are watching Strip Down's 183rd episode featuring The Forks. Now is the time of the show. We take a look back at a kind of unknown episode, something that happened in the past, in Strip Down's past. We do this each and every week as we lead up to episode 200, because it's going to be huge. So it's time to look back and kind of go through the archives, talk a little bit about an episode that doesn't see the light of day much anymore. Let's go all the way back to February of 2008. That's right, episode number 2. Featuring Smoke Killer, also known as John Annnnd. Smoke Killer, of course, a huge name in Saskatoon. Him and Jen Lane married. They play together as a duo. They play separately. He's like a musical powerhouse here in Saskatoon. He was gracious enough to offer up his talents for our second episode. Nobody knew what Strip Down was back in 2008, but John signed up and said, yeah, you know what? I'll roll the dice. I'll spend a night with you and see what the product is. And I always see him out and about now, and I kind of bring it up, and I'm like, yeah, you know, we've done 3 or 4 shows with you since then, but I'm guessing episode 2 is probably a little rough. And he always tells me, no, I still watch it every once in a while, and it's better than you think. So thanks a lot.
So right, you gotta hold on me all night. Feeling so right, you gotta hold on me all night.
And you take me, break me, make me want you. Ask me, I'll tell you, I'll show you what to do to feel. my dreams.
All natural things on Earth and how they interact is biodiversity. From the microscopic to the mighty, from the smallest body of water to the coldest, from underground to the highest ground. When biodiversity is rich, we can count on the natural world to produce the oxygen we breathe, filter and purify the water we drink, and grow the plants we rely on for food and medicine. Due to human activities, biodiversity is being lost faster than nature can replenish it. So let's do what we can to help preserve biodiversity. Create natural spaces and plant native species. Take part in a wildlife survey. Get out and experience Canada's amazing variety of wildlife. And that's just a start. To learn more about biodiversity and how you can help protect it, visit hww.ca.
The following sponsors are proud to support local community programming on Shaw. Long and McQuaid, 721 43rd Street East, Saskatoon, 244-0509, or online at long-mcquaid.com. Ultimo Euromoto. (204 3rd Avenue South in downtown Saskatoon), 664-6640.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Forks.
Wait, something I've got to say, something that you should know about your captain. Stay, something I've got to say. Can't you see a secretly trying to take you captive? Your captain said, stay, why you gotta run away? Can't you see he's secretly trying to take you captive?
Things up with Saskatoon's own The Forks. Have a seat, we got a second here. So again, no real official website. If people want to get a hold of you or listen to some music, where do they go?
We should really post an email on the webpage.
You really should.
Yeah. Because I think we're going to start making that step now. Just like, I've talked to a few people about helping us get gigs, here and there. Because we got summer, we're going to be around here, and we're going to spend our time working and playing music. So
you have an upcoming gig in March, Prairie Ink Restaurant, correct?
Yes.
That's just you guys?
Yeah, we're going to play with our drummer.
Okay.
Maybe get just a snare. Or he plays keyboards as well, so we might get a piano or something.
So everyone should come check you guys out at McNally Robinson on the 30th, March 30th, is
that correct?
Easter
Saturday, yeah. It's
Easter
March.
Saturday. See, again, the theme of holidays in you guys. That's kind of your thing, whether you realize it or acknowledge it or not. Lastly, before we sign off, and again, the website, though, just to go to the CBC Music.
If you Google...
Yeah?
Yeah.
If you Google the Forks, you're going to get the place in Winnipeg, trust me.
If you Google Forks Radio 3, because it's CBC Radio 3, so that's kind of how you have to find it.
I also Googled Forks and found there's like a Forks, Michigan, and it's not the happiest song. It used to be thriving because of the local timber industry, but then with the decline, everybody had to work at the Clam Bay Correction Center and the Olympic Correction Center. Not the happiest story to end off, so bring it back up. Bring it back up before we sign off.
The beavers, the beavers took down all the lumber there? Or?
I guess so. And there's a recurring animal theme. This show just comes full circle every 10 minutes.
Yeah. But we're going to work on that.
You're going to get the webpage up. So by the time people see this, they're going to Google the Forks Saskatoon music, and if the official page might pop up by then?
Yes.
Yes. Bold statement.
Yes.
All right, we have to give our shout-outs. Big thanks to our sponsors, Long and McQuaid Music, Mr. Sicily Pizza, The Hairstyle Inn, and, of course, Ultimo Euromoda. For all things stripped down, check us out on Facebook, and you can also follow us at #StripDownSK. For the last time tonight, ladies and gentlemen, the Forks. Thanks, you guys.
Thank you very much.
We got one more for you. I'm going to leave it. I'm going to leave it now. I'm going to leave it all far behind. You won't believe it. You won't believe it now. You won't believe how hard it is to see. You won't believe how hard it is to see. But you won't believe in the blues. You won't believe how hard it is to see. But you won't believe in the blues. You can only lose what you believe you lose. And you will only believe in the blues. You can only lose what you believe you lose. And you can only believe in me. Only believe in me. You can only lose what you believe you lose. And you can only believe in the blues. I'm going to leave it. I'm going to leave it all. I'm going to leave it all far behind. You won't believe it. You won't believe it now. You won't believe how hard it is to see. You won't believe how hard it is to see. But you won't believe in the blues. You won't believe how hard it is to see. You won't believe in the blues. You can only lose what you believe you'll lose. And you can only believe in the blues. You can only lose what you believe you lose. And you can only believe in me. Only believe in me. You can only lose what you believe you lose. Oh, we believe in believe, yeah. We believe, yeah. Believe, yeah. She won't leave. I'm going to leave it.
Not the best. His personal appearance is not the best.